Welcome back, Miranda.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so happy to see you. How are you doing today?
Doing all right.
Good. We're just gonna, chill out on the floor here for a moment, just kind of get into a relaxing environment. We're gonna do some brainstorming today.
Okay.
So just to recap, last time when you came in, you were wanting to lose some weight, and you have always kind of struggled with it since your young age. Kind of had a little bit of body dysmorphia when you're looking in the mirror. And so we're just going to kind of brainstorm and go over ways that we can help you overcome those barriers mentally, physically, whatever you want. So if you want to go ahead and just throw out some ideas of what you think would benefit you better and things that you would be willing to do.
Okay, that sounds good.
So what do you got for me?
Well, since last week, I feel like just even talking about the weight issue was a little bit more motivating for me, to just get it out. So I feel like, just talking and being open and honest with people is really a good motivator for me. So that helps. I think, I don't know, we have a lot of stuff to do on my farm, and I just would like to be physically active in that way and do some more laborious stuff on top of working out.
Okay.
And I did start looking into gym memberships and what could be affordable to me.
Okay.
And finding a partner to work out with.
Okay, like a husband, boyfriend, or just like a friend.
A friend or
a workout buddy, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to motivate my mom.
Okay.
But she's not. She said I really have to push her and coach her. So I guess it'd be good for me to stay motivated if she's doing it. My sister is fairly active, and she's a yogi. She's like a freak yogi person.
Okay.
And she's in fairly good shape, and I know she's also looking to work out more, so maybe she'd be interested.
Yeah, those are all good. Those are all great options. What about food, like eating? How are you dealing with that? Do you count your calories? Do you use apps on your phone? Like, what kind of things do you do?
I'm doing none of that. I do prepare my own meals.
Okay.
And I'm not eating out all the time, so I control what I put in my body and the ingredients. So I know I'm fairly eating, a moderate salt intake, and I don't eat tons of sugar. Not cookies and candy and stuff.
So like processed foods?
No, not a lot of that.
Okay.
But like I said, meat is something I've been eating more of that I really haven't been eating, and I know there's a lot of fat in that. So maybe I could reduce my fat intake.
Okay. Other than gluten, what else do you avoid?
All dairy and soy products. And I know some people have said, oh, if you're allergic to milk, you can have yogurt and cheese, but that is not the case for me. They still make me feel bloated and constipated and gross after eating them. Okay. I've tried on several occasions. And I do have an alternate to it. I do almond or coconut yogurt. Okay. And I oddly can have sheep and goat cheese, and that doesn't affect me.
Okay.
And with the soy, I'm a little bit more lenient on, just because it is found. Like, you'll find everything that is free of, and then there'll be like soy lecithin or oil, and I don't really know how those affect me. I just know that I don't really eat soy products often.
Okay. Let's get back to activity level. So I wrote down just a couple of things. So I wrote down, like your farm life and a gym membership. What else could we possibly incorporate into your life that would help get you moving?
Well, I do have an old man dog.
An old man dog. Okay, you want to explain that?
Well, he's like my first child.
Okay.
And he is constantly whiny, and you would think he is old and doesn't want to do anything, but that dog just wants to play all the time. And sometimes I just, I'm like, shut up, Vinny, just go lay down. But other times I'm like, okay, well, let's go play. And I think if I, was a little bit nicer to my dog at times, because he is getting old, and maybe just go for a walk. Or I've been trying to be really good about it, at least if it's somewhat decent outside.
Yeah.
We'll play Frisbee and things like that. It keeps me and him both active. So.
Okay. And your son keeps you fairly active. So, have you ever thought about using like an app or anything on your phone to kind of just help keep track of what you're doing? I know like the calories burned and stuff on it aren't like completely accurate, but it kind of gives you an idea of how much you're expending. Then that way, like when you're eating, you have a general idea. I mean, you're very knowledgeable in the food that you eat. So that way you know like, oh, okay, so today I wasn't very active. Maybe I better scale back a little bit on your almond milk or whatever.
Okay, that's actually a really good suggestion because I haven't thought too much about that. I would love to get a Fitbit, but I don't really have extra money for that at this time. But I've heard those are really cool resources, and I think if it's a free app and I can download it on my phone, why not give it a shot? That might actually really help me.
Okay, so talking. So you also mentioned that you like just being able to talk about it, talk about your problems, talk about what's going on, how you're feeling. There are like support groups and stuff out there that you could probably connect with and get plugged in. Either you could do it like online. I know a lot of people do it through their Fitbit, like they can challenge each other to do things to like kind of push each other through the week. There's also MyFitnessPal, Calorie King, anything like that will help you kind of get connected with the people who are kind of struggling in the same way that you are.
Okay.
Or like you could even start like this thing with your friends where you're kind of like have a tea night or a coffee night and you kind of come over and you make a healthy meal and you kind of just get together and connect and talk about like barriers that everybody has and what's helped for one and what's helped for another. That way you can kind of just get your problems out there so you don't feel like you're completely alone and that you have other people that you can depend on. Yeah, so that's also a possibility that we can explore later. Workout buddy. I think a workout buddy would be great. Your mom, that would be ideal because you guys live together and that way, like 5 o'clock in the morning or whenever you guys are up and going, you could both get out the door together. So definitely look into that. And preparing meals. So preparing meals. I would probably link that under like with your apps and everything. I know for myself, like I've used like MyFitnessPal to really just kind of get an idea of what I'm eating in a day, and I can also add my activity log, so then it gives me like calories burned. And it has like a scanning feature on it, so like if you are eating like cookies or something, you can scan the barcode in so you don't have to manually input everything in.
That's good.
Yeah, so those are, a few things that we could possibly look at into helping you. Are there any other things that we could brainstorm or possibilities or something that you've always wanted to try to like work towards someday in the future even?
Yeah. Honestly, you really hit on really good points for me, and I think that some of the things that we came up with would be really beneficial for me to at least try.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you.
Okay. So for next time, why don't so for you, I just made you kind of like a list. Like I put your name in the middle and I kind of just put out the bullet points for your main points of kind of what you wanted to focus on. So I'll give this to you, and if you kind of just want to look at it and kind of just like let things muddle in your mind and, kind of see what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, or what you might find as a barrier and that you struggle with. So then that way at our next session that we can get together and kind of strategize and see what direction we can take to help you get at the place that you want to be.
Okay, that sounds great.
Does that sound okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we'll see you next time then.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.